Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Insecticides India Limited Q4 and FY22 earnings conference call hosted by Asian Market Securities Limited. This conference call may contain forward-looking statements about the company which are based on the beliefs, opinions and expectations of the company as on date of this call. These statements are not the guarantees of future performance and involve risks and uncertainties that are difficult to predict. Actual results may differ from such expectations, projections, etc., whether expressed or implied. Participants are requested to exercise caution while referring to such statements and remarks. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Saurabh Kapadia from Asian Market Securities. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Asian Market Securities, I would like to welcome you all for 4Q FY22 earnings call of Insecticides India Limited. From the management, we have with us Mr. Rajesh Agarwal, Managing Director, and Mr. Sandeep Agarwal, Chief Finance Officer. We shall start the call with the opening remarks from the management, and then we will move to Q&A session. I now hand over the call to Mr. Rajesh Agarwal for his opening remarks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Kapadia, and a very good afternoon to all the participants, and a very hearty welcome to our financial performance call for Insecticides India for this quarter, and also for the whole year, organized by Insect Securities. So I again welcome you. Friends, agrochemical is a sector which has been growing at a decent pace within the country and also in the world. So it's a great expectation for the agrochemical sector because of China plus one policy. Because if you look at the international scenario, people are looking at alternates which can supply to the world agrochemicals, and India comes as a, I would say, an immediate solution, and India can do very good in this aspect, and not only the domestic market, but also there is a huge potential due to this reason for the growth in the international markets from India. So today it is expected to be a market of about 6 billion plus, where the size of exports is higher than the size of the domestic market. Domestic market is said to be about little below $3 billion, and the export market is believed to be $3 billion plus. Rather, sometimes in the industry we talk about 30,000 crores of the domestic market and 30,000 crore plus of the international market, which is already there, and it is expected to grow at a good pace in the short term, about 8 to 10%, as per the some industry reports. And some people believe that, again, there is a good potential actually. So if we look at the season, during the last quarter, it is the low season for us in terms of sales, generally, because it is the ending of the year. And but this year there were good rains actually during this period, which fulfilled the requirement of the rains during this period, and good beginning. It ended to a good beginning for the Rabi season. So I would say that monsoons-wise, the expectations are quite good. The declarations about the monsoons are good, though there was a lot of heat, but in last previous 1 week, it has rained in many parts of the country, and overall people are happy about the season, and they are looking good. And if we look at the crop conditions also, or the crop cycle, if we look at the seed sales, that is showing a trend that people are increasing a lot of different crops actually, and the farmer is excited due to the high price of the different crops, like even in the dry area and also in the wet areas where they grow rice. So the farmer is excited, and overall the trade is excited. The raw material conditions are quite disturbed again because of the container shortages, and also due to the freight issues and the international situations. And if we look at some of the Asian countries which are the large suppliers of agrochemicals, China is disturbed, Korea is disturbed, Japan is disturbed. So we see disturbance all around, and in this disturbance, the prices have gone up actually, because it is not only the crude, but also the mineral, metal, paper, everywhere the prices have gone up, which has influenced the cost of our agrochemicals also. So we are trying to pass on these costs to the market phase by phase, and as the cost of the company is going up, we are trying to pass it to the market. But season is yet to begin. Already we have taken on an average 10% type of price increase, because there are certain herbicides which has gone up by 30, 40, 50%. There are certain fungicides where the prices have increased, and particularly some insecticides, particularly the organophosphorus compounds, have shown a high rise in the prices, and that is being passed to the market. But whereas there are some other products where it is a reasonable hike. So on an average, you can say that 10% hike has been gone to the market, and at this time the sentiment is reasonable. So I don't see a further more hike till the beginning of the new season. Actually, new season means the monsoons and the demand, when the market demand starts. Talking about the performance of the company, first I'll talk about this quarter. The last quarter has been decent. We have closed a total sale of about 278 crores with a 9% growth year on year. The EBITDA also has gone up to 36 crores from 19 crores in the previous year. And if I talk about the year as a whole, the total sales of the company, the recorded sales is about 1,504 crores, which is 6% up to the previous year, which is 1,420 crores in the previous year. The EBITDA has also shown a good increase. It has come up to 170 crores from 152 crores, which is 11.5% increase. And similarly, the PAT has also shown good increase to 107 crores against 94 crores in the previous years. So that way, I would say that the performance of the company has been quite decent in these difficult times. And now, since the expectation from the season is very, very good, and we are in the process of completing our projects, because we have done a lot of expansion due to in the Corona period, and these expansions have been done in the technical manufacturing formulations, and also in the terms of backward integration. We have done a lot of expansion in our Rajasthan Chobanki plant, where we will be almost doubling our technical production. In Rajasthan, in Gujarat, we have increased our production capacity by almost 50%, but a lot of things is going into backward integration, where we are trying to backward integrate the raw materials for some of our technicals, which will increase our strength in the international market as well as in the domestic market. And I see a lot of support coming from the large companies across the world in buying some of those molecules actually, and that will be very, very helpful in establishing India or in establishing IAL as a big player in the technical market, in the international markets also. So we are expecting a lot of support in that direction. So we will be completing these projects in this quarter itself. In the June, we have the target of completing both Rajasthan as well as Gujarat projects. So Rajasthan will be completed in full, and Gujarat also will be 80-90% complete during the first quarter itself, and we will start getting the advantage of the production from this plant. So we have expanded. This is one direction. The second direction is we have also made the expansions within the plants actually, and the results have already started coming, because in the last 3-4 months we have launched several products, and here I would like to talk about particularly 2 big products which are launched recently, which is Shinwa, which comes from a Japanese collaboration of Nissan. It is a patented molecule, and this product is doing very well. We are Nissan has shared this with 2 partners. We are one of the 2 partners, and from the very in last 2 months itself, it is showing very good signals of good sales actually. And similarly, we have developed a product called Tori, which is coming from which is a herbicide actually, and this comes from our R&D center, first time manufactured in the country. This is also showing a good sales actually, and we have very high expectation. And I can say these 2 brands itself will contribute more than 100 crores, and we can also think about the institutional sales of almost similar size in the first year itself, which means that these brands will not only help us in going with the domestic market, but also help us in B2B sales. So I mean to say that there is a huge potential, because if I look at the pipeline is coming from Nissan Japan. The pipeline is coming from our own R&D centers, where we are backward integrating, and we are trying to make some more technicals. And of course, we will be converting them into the formulations also. So there is a very big expectations. So we are going to launch about 5 to 6 products, new products actually in these recent months actually in the Kharif season, and they should contribute in a big way to our growth actually. And along with this, there are certain products which are launched in the previous Corona time, and we were not able to take them to the farmers in a big way because of the restrictions. Our teams were not moving in the market. So there also I see a big improvement coming. So I can say that 2023 should be a robust year for growth. When I say robust, I presume that the growth of the company will be strong double-digit growth actually, because of the launch of these products, because of establishing the capabilities, capacities, and getting the new production from the new plant. So all these things are going to give a big support to the company's sales actually, and I see all-round growth. If I talk about the exports we have doubled our sales this year. From 60 odd crores, we have touched 130 odd crores. And this year there will be a target of again jumping 50%, which means so we are going to cross 200 crores in the international business also in the coming fiscal, in this current fiscal 23. Along with this, we will improve on our B2B sales because by virtue of some of our products which are coming now, and also we will be improving on B2C sales. So I see the growth in all three directions, and I can say that we will have the growth not only in the top line but also in the bottom line, and we expect the EBITDA increase of minimum 100 basis points on this increased sales. So a lot of registrations are in pipeline and they are coming, and I would say that it's a continuous effort by the company and our R&D that we are working on newer technologies, newer products, because we believe that the consumer wants the solution, he don't want the product. So we are trying to patent some of the new formulations actually. So when I say new formulations, we make the scientific mixtures where we are able to prove the synergy of the products, and we can prove that yes, our product can give better results than the existing conventional products. So we are able to back some patents, and we have been recently granted some of these patents in this range. So there are products which are expected to be launched now, and some are launched. So a lot of launching which are coming in these days are 9(3) products actually, which are being launched for the first time. Either these are the technicals manufactured for the first time, or the formulations are the patented formulations again, where we are getting this advantage. So a strong pipeline we are going to bring to the market. And in the past years actually, we have seen that our top brands, particularly Thymet and Nuvan, has moved out of the market, but we have recovered the entire sales from the entire market actually. So whatever was the impact of this Thymet and Nuvan, it has been taken care by Lethal Granule and also Lethal Gold, the two new launch products, and there are many new products which have been launched into this period, and a strong pipeline which is coming in the year 23 that is going to cover this in totality. So friends, at one part we are focusing on productivity, we are focusing on R&D, we are also focusing on sales and marketing, because I believe that when you have a strong pipeline of products, you also have to have a strong pipeline of customers. And today, the major focus of the company is to develop the last mile connectivity, because now we are selling our products to the distributors, and distributors are believed to be our ultimate customers, but they are not my customers, they are the network. From the distributors, the material is going to the retailers, and from the retailers, it is going to the farmers. So we are trying to connect all these knots through the help of the system actually, and we are trying to install the new CRM system which will incorporate or which will include the total people in one ecosystem, where we will be able to have better dialogue to and fro with the entire network actually, entire chain, I would say, from consumer to the company, from company to the consumer, so that the vision of the company of launching these new products and making them as the top brands will come alive actually, and we are trying to connect with the network more and more. So this is the development which is happening in India, and similarly we are getting good response from the international markets, because more and more registrations are coming, and we are signing more and more contracts, and particularly in the last quarter we have got registrations in South America and also the first beginning in Europe. So I would congratulate the international team, and I would like to tell you that we are bagging the registrations also in the advanced economies now, and which ultimately is going to increase our international sales and sales of some of our technicals also. In the same way, the company is also working on the environment a lot. We are working on establishing the new systems, and we are trying to save the electricity cost. We are trying to save the power and definitely the steam cost. Actually, we are working a lot on that. We have installed 2 solar power systems in 2 of our plants, one in Rajasthan, one in Gujarat, and we are working towards the environment and try to minimize the water which is used in the systems and try by reusing it, and we are trying to reduce the effluent as much as possible, and we are working with a very, very positive mindset, and I believe that there is a very good future for the agrochemical industry and also for Insecticide India. With this, I thank you very much, and I would request the CFO to explain the results in detail, and meanwhile, give me a break for just 2 minutes actually. I'll have to move through the lift, so I'll join in 2 minutes actually. I'll be available on the call, but my voice will disappear. So Sandeep ji, please explain the results in detail.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. As the results are, you had already checked the results, and the brief has already been told by the MD sir. So let me tell you about some breakups like segment sales and other sales. So category-wise sales, if you see, the insecticide portion during the year was around 53%, herbicide was around 33%, fungicide 11%, and biological was around 3%. And if you see the region-wise sales, in South we had 36%, in East we had 22%, West 21%, and North contribute 21% to the total sales. If you see the segment-wise sales, the B2C contributes 65%, B2B contribute 26%, and exports contribute around 9%. And as far as the bifurcation of Maharatna and other branded sales in B2C segment, the Maharatna contributes around 55%, and other branded sales contributes around 45%. During the year, if you'll see the in-licensing products, through in-licensing product we did around 114 crores of sales during the year, and from the patented product also during the year we did a sale of around 65 crores from our patented product. And if you'll see the new launches, there is a graph also. So during the year, whatever the new launches were there, we did around 25 crore sales for those new launches during the year. And the product which we launched last year, from those products we did 49 crore of sales during the current year from the launches we did last year. And if you'll see the launches of around 4-5 years, then the total sales from the 5-year launch product is around 244 crores. I think we are working towards this thing only to improve our Maharatna sales and to focus on patented product, in licensing product, and definitely on the new product which are now focusing towards Tori and Shingo also. Yeah, thank you from my side.
So shall we open the floor for questions?
Yeah.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The first question is from the line of Prashant Biyani from Elara Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. Sir, just 100 basis point expansion in margins despite completion of a sizable capex. Are you under guiding, or if you're not, then don't you think that this is a very small expansion for the investments that we have done?
Okay, your point is very valid actually, but the season has already started and the plant is not started yet. And this guidance is on the increased volumes actually, where we are saying that there we will be having a strong double-digit growth in the top line. So this will be over and above and taking care of that portion also. So yes, you can say it's a conservative target, but I want to be reasonable actually at this moment. I don't want to sound very aggressive and say that it will be a 40-50% growth in the bottom line actually if you compare in absolute terms.
Okay. And sir, can you name the intermediates that we are going to manufacture at the technical plant?
It will become public actually in just 1 month's time. So I would say that let's wait for 1 month or be another investor call actually, which will have for Q1. Because it opens up the strategy in the market. I don't want to be open from the horse's mouth.
Sure. So how much was the volume growth in quarter 4?
Volume we don't compare basically because since last 20 years, the value has grown by tenfold. It was a 2,000 crore market which has come to 25,000 crores and volume is continuously declining. So the volume in terms of the AI usage will continue to keep on declining as we come up with the new product. You have to understand, the older technologies, we were using 1 liter, 2 liter, 5 kg, 3 kg of the formulation with 40%, 50%, 60% type of load. But if we talk about the newer technologies, in the newer technologies, the AI is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8%, and the dose is 50 ml, 20 ml, 100 ml. So the volume will, for this industry, will keep on declining, and it will be the value which will rise. As the patent products come in, as the new generation technology is going to come in, the volume will continuously decrease. So we don't measure in terms of volume exactly, but Sandeepji will have the numbers. He can tell you the numbers.
Yeah, practically, if you'll see the out of the total growth, around 3 to 4% is volume growth, and rest is from price growth.
So have we passed on entire cost inflation, or some is yet to be passed on?
The cost is passed on actually, because in terms of profitability, you will see the increase from the first quarter itself. So when you see the development, which means the cost is passed.
Okay. And so lastly, can you highlight something about the product for which we have got patent for our joint venture with Otsuka? Is this an innovative molecule?
In India, unfortunate part is nobody was investing in the product discovery. I started this JV in 2013, and for the first time in the country, some company said that we will do the new product discovery. Luckily, we have filed 9 patents, 9 international patents from the JV, and I think this is the first one. I'm not sure first or second, but yes, we have already identified the products. We have worked upon the products, and we are developing all the technologies to launch some of these products actually in the market. It's a little longer term game because with the Japanese, I don't think there is a chance of launching the product before 25, 26 actually. So it's little long term. This product got invented in 2017, but it took a long time in developing the, I would say, the technical, then the formulation, and then generating of data, and lot of data still is in process actually. Since the data will be generated with the international standards, so it will take some time. But this will be the new molecule discovery, first molecule from Indian side actually, which will be going to the international market with a huge potential. And of course, there will be the patent exclusivity for 10, 20 years, but it starts from the day I had filed the patent.
Right. And whenever we commercialize it, even for the international markets, the JV or Insecticides India in particular will have the selling rights, or Otsuka itself will market in the international market?
JV is a company which was set as a partnership between the two companies. The main aim of JV is just to discover the molecule and file the patent. The JV transfer the patent in the name of the two companies in their respective areas. So we have about a dozen countries, and the rest of the world is with Otsuka. Now it is called OAT. So the first right of refusal is on us. When I say right of refusal, to manufacture, because ultimately we are developing the plan, we are developing the technology together with them, and we will be making it in India. So I believe that we should be able to supply it to the entire world. Of course, in the OAT areas, it will go to OAT partners. In my areas, it will go to my partners at my price.
But whatever OAT supplies, that also we will only manufacture.
It's not an exclusive contract, but it is an understanding that yes, they would give the preference to us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Varshit Shah from Veto Capital. Please go ahead.
Rajesh, I think heartiest congratulations to you on this performance for the quarter, and kudos to the management given that.
But your voice is not very clear. Can I request you to speak through the handset?
Actually, I'm using my headphones. Am I audible now?
Slightly better than before.
Okay. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. So Rajeshji, I think heartiest congratulations to you and your team for the performance, because it's not just about revenue growth, but the absolute EBITDA growth of 20% for the quarter shows the efforts which you have done on the product mix and introducing new molecules. So I think the last 2-3 years of extreme hard work is finally paying off, it seems, in the numbers. So once again, heartiest congratulations. So my question is, first, given that you have not fully passed on in the B2C segment a lot of prices to the end consumers, and still you have reported a YOY improvement in the gross margins. So this is largely attributed to change in product mix. I think that will be the single largest reason for improvement in gross margins on a YOY basis. Is my assessment correct?
Like it's a continuous effort actually. We have made our clear range now. Our range is known as Focus Maratnas, Gold and Silver. So Silver are the tail cutting products. I mean to say they are the range products we are just providing to the market to just fulfill the requirement. And there are more than 50 products in Silver, you will be surprised to know. And these 50 products are contributing less than 5% to our total sales. So everybody is very, very clear that we are not focused around this, and we are working towards focus, like establishing the new technologies which we are bringing through our partners and also through our R&D center. So we are trying to change this product mix actually, because as I told in the previous commentary, that we are bringing in a lot of new formulations, new mixture products actually. So all these are value-added products and very beneficial for everybody, for the customer, for the company, for the farmer. Everybody is benefited out of these products actually. So newer technology, yes, the focus is on bringing the newer technologies. We have to work more in the market. We have to be associated more with the market. But yes, they will give the return. I can say we are trying to create our blue ocean.
Sure, that's helpful. And secondly, I mean, if I were to see historically also, it's not like we have not achieved 30% plus gross margins. Given the changing product mix over the next 2 to 3 years, I'm not asking a particular number for the next year, but if I were to kind of map a path for 2-3 years, can you sustainably have a gross margin of 30-35% by the time you will have a share of this revenue from new molecules also increasing? Is it possible to guide a broad range? I don't know what you must be working with something.
It's a very, I would say it's a very strong target which you are talking about, because it will be almost doubling my PBT, PBT or the gross margins also almost doubling. It's like doubling the gross margins. So you'll see a definite improvement. It will be a big improvement. Will surprise also, because by virtue of the new launches actually the situation is going to change in totality. But I don't want to put up the target which will confuse the market. So we have given a conservative target of 100 basis points improvement in the PBT margin, EBITDA margins, and a good growth. You can expect a good double-digit growth this year, and that will be evident from the first quarter itself. Please see our first quarter results and make an assessment.
Absolutely, sir. I think that's really helpful. And sir, my last question is on the capex. So I think I probably missed your commentary in the earlier part. When are you commencing the technical plant? I think you mentioned that it's not yet started.
The new technical plants are being constructed at both the sites, Rajasthan and Gujarat, and we are expecting to complete both the plants in the month of June. So June we will complete the Rajasthan plant in totality, and 80-90% Gujarat plant will start functioning. Actually, we are trying to do it in full, but yes, it should start functioning. So both my plants will start yielding results from the June itself. So July onwards Q2, we should get the full advantage of this expansion.
And sir, one more question on working capital. So you have pretty kept the working capital pretty tidy even in this kind of environment. So is it that the strength of the product itself allows you to kind of dictate your terms to the farmers, or is it something else?
Like we are working in a very strong fashion where we are trying to control our creditors and trying to control the other things. So yes, we work very strongly. Generally, we see that our outstanding are not stuck in the season, though we had a very bad experience 2 years back actually, and the people are around bar, and we are fighting a court case for what happened in the central India, central eastern part of the country actually with us. It was a remote, I would say, odd chance which happened actually, but we very vigorously monitor our outstanding actually, and we work in the market in a fashion so that we don't dump actually. We try to create the demand from the field actually, first from the farmer, then retailer, then distributor, and then we place the product actually. So due to this strategy, since we are not dumping, like if you see my quarters, my third quarter and fourth quarter will be lower from competition because we are not placing the material just without the season actually. So we are not doing that at all. We are trying to collect for me, Q4 generally is a collection period actually than the selling period. So the idea is like we don't dump any products and we try to clear the accounts from the market, and that gives the edge. And of course the new product means the new products we launch, the R&D, the way our R&D is functioning, the collaborations are functioning. So everything gives the edge in the market actually and helps us. So the tractor brand's popularity in the market is going up actually, and that is helping.
So, sir, just one more if I could squeeze in. So, if I see our inventory days are still above 150 days as on 31st March as a percentage of sales. And generally, at least I have personally observed, because I've worked with many companies, that whenever they implement this kind of CRM and technological initiatives, generally a lot of companies are able to bring down the inventory levels both at the raw material as well as the finished good level, because they have better visibility because of the technology. I'm not asking a number, but is this also a part of your plan that when you implement this whole CRM for till the end consumer levels, probably it will help you to plan your demand better, both at the raw material, finished goods, and actually there could be some scope to further improve your inventory days over maybe 2-3 year period.
Your observation is correct, but the unfortunate part is that ours is a cyclic business, and when the transit time has become a problem, because in these days we are planning the transit time of 2.5 to 3 months actually, and things are not being dispatched. So at this time, if I have the inventory, I am the king. So we are trying to build up the maximum inventory, and Q1 also will see the inventory rising at once, but it will come down, because if I don't have the inventory, I cannot sell. This is the time when there are acute shortages. So for my purchaser, this is a very difficult period when the prices of everything is going up and nothing is available. So difficult period.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely, sir. These are unprecedented times.
But yes, we'll have better controls. We have already developed the system in BIBO. The new dashboards are developed. They have been given to all the departments to see their visibility, to see their performance, to see the company's performance. So all these things we have already started actually. So it's not going to come through CRM. CRM, we are working for the connectivity, and that will be meant for the basically the sales team, the development team, the connecting with the consumer, connecting with the farmer, dealer, distributor. So that will be the main theme of CRM. But the other part we have already started taking care actually. My dashboard is functioning very nicely actually, and already the 60 managers of the company have got the dashboard access. And we are trying to make some more reports, because there are more than 200 managers in the company on different departments. So we are trying to provide them the information directly through these dashboards on daily or twice a week basis. So that becomes automatic, and they are informed about everything, about other departments, about their departments. Whatever information is necessary should be available. So we are trying to equip our team so that everybody is informed and everybody can perform better.
Absolutely, sir. I think great and all the best to you. I'll come back in the queue for more questions.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Sameer Desai from Phillip Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Sameer Desai, may I request you to go ahead with the question, please?
Yeah, as you mentioned, we are going to launch 5 to 6 new generation product in FY23. So what will be the expected turnover from these new products, and whether these products will be for international or domestic market, or we have done any tie-up with the multinationals, or we are going to sell it in the open market? This is one question. And second is, can you give any guidance for the top line for next 2 to 3 years?
Okay. So I will go step by step. First, I'll talk about the products. There are a lot of new launches actually which are going to come this year, and mostly the products are 93 products. So the first support I get is the B2C sales, because of course these are all meant for my brand. But at the same time, there is a high potential that I can market it through the competition or B2B business in the domestic market. So we are getting a lot of inquiry into the domestic market, and we have already started selling to some of the partner companies, which include the multinational company. Okay, you said multinational, I would say multinational. Otherwise, yes, we are partnering with some of the companies who are co-marketing some of our products, and they are interested into other products also. So this business opportunity arising, and there are companies which are talking about the international markets also. But here I would like to tell you that every market, to open any market, I have to register. So yes, we are working on a data. Today we are one of the companies having the huge data. Data means international data. I have about the complete data packages for more than 40 products in totality, including technical and formulations. But we are working on a similar number, and I want to have more than data of more than half dozen technical products actually in totality, so that I can register them around the world. So that is my vision for 22-23, that I have to generate data on further more products and enter to these markets. But it takes time actually. So the first, there will be entry from the domestic market, then to the international market. So regarding the order books, yes, the partners who have signed with us, they have already placed the orders, and they have given their estimates for this current season, and also for the, of course, when you sign, you make a commitment for 2, 3, 4 years actually. So that type of commitments are very much there. We don't estimate the exact numbers which are coming, but I would say that from B2B, I should gain a sale of more than 100 crores from these new products which I am launching. And of course, the B2C sales will also be more than 100 crores, because I told 100 crores is going to come from 2 products, and there are another 4 or 5 products which are going to come. So another 100 crore I can expect from there. So we are keeping our fingers crossed, because the pipeline is strong, and we are trying to launch these products and go in a big way in the domestic market. From the international market, I have already given a guidance of 200 crores, which may not include the new generation molecules in this fiscal, but in times to come, yes, there is an opportunity.
Yeah, what about revenue guidance? Any for 3 to 4 years, anything else?
I would request CFO to give those numbers actually, because I don't want to sound very aggressive on that. Sandeep ji, please.
Yeah, we are expecting for this year around a growth of double-digit strong growth, and definitely the double-digit growth would be expected for coming 2-3 years also.
And we assume
I think the message is clear, though the CAGR will be expecting in next 2-3 years will be double-digit, strong double-digit CAGR.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Yogesh from Arihant Capital. Please go ahead.
Congratulations, sir, and thanks for taking my question. Actually, last year, as a part of strategy, we had decided to launch a product called Lambda. So, can you give...
Sorry to interrupt. The mic is too close to your mouth. Can I request you to speak?
Which product? Can you name the product again, please?
Lambda Salothin.
Lambda is a product I've been doing for now many years actually.
Yeah.
We have been manufacturing the technical from 1 decade, and now we are getting the international registrations also, and this is one of the products which has already got my European registration actually. Yeah, please go ahead.
Sure. So, can you throw some light on what is the demand scenario for this product?
Like the international market size is very, very strong, because it is doing good in America and Europe particularly, also good in Africa and Asian market. For domestic market also have various formulations which are based on Lambda, and they are doing good actually. So at the growth, the CAGR is not very, very strong in the domestic market, but international market, yes. And B2B, yes. I'm always flooded with order. I'm not able to make it, and I'll be doubling my capacity of Lambda Technical, and I'll be making some intermediates also for this.
Sure. And my other question basically is, it's like you have seen a strong growth in exports, almost double. And next year also you are guiding for a very strong growth in exports. So where is the demand coming from? And if you can also share some color on which products are basically raising this demand.
Like there are two, initially when we were exporting, we are going to non-regulated markets more. But now it is more regulated markets where we are getting the demand. Of course, Middle East and Africa, they play an important role in our sales. But now we are starting to see the markets of South America and Europe. The demand also started coming from there. So we are selling a lot of products. The major sales happens to herbicides and insecticides. We try to sell the maximum of our own technicals which we manufacture. So we supply applications also from our own technicals. So a lot of products are in demand actually which we make. So particularly all my technicals like lambda, thiamethoxam. So we see a sale coming out of all these products.
Sure. And finally, we are targeting about 5 to 6 product launch every year. So if you can give me an approximate breakup of how many would be in the pyrethroids range and how many in organophosphates, and what would be the current mix of pyrethroids and organophosphates in your total revenue? What would be the approximate mix?
Actually, generally, we are not working on organophosphorus compound these days. These are all generic products which we have in our portfolio, so they are existing. So I don't see any new increase of the OP compound even in the mixtures. We are trying to avoid the OP compounds. But one of my products called lethal, which is very, very popular for termite control, and it also goes into agriculture. It's a OP compound. We manufacture the technical also for that called chlorpyrifos. So that is doing quite well. So that way we are there. In terms of synthetic pyrethroids, some of my technicals like lambda, bifenthrin, these are relatively new generation, and dinotefuran, they are synthetic pyrethroids, you can say. So these products, yes, they are contributing to my international business, and there is a good demand because they are relatively newer generation products actually, and they are not objected in the world. So they are doing very well. Even in the list of 27 products, none of these were present actually. And recently, when news has come from the ministry that only 3 products which the industry did not defend are being banned, and rest they are trying to give us some more time to generate data, and they will be free. So no issues I see in the domestic market also in the short term and the mid term.
Sure, sir. And
numbers, if you want, then that can be shared actually. You can drop your question, and then those numbers can be given to you.
Sure. Sure, sir. And just one clarification. So I heard that about chloropyrifos. So that the news basically was that it was banned in Europe and US. So is there any demand challenges for this product globally?
Actually, my major sales of chlorpyrifos is only in the domestic market. So in the domestic market is doing very well, and I don't see a challenge here. Actually, in the domestic market, there were some issues in USA. I'm not sure about that actually. In Europe, there may be some issues because Europe is a different type of weather, and they don't need many products which are manufactured in US. And this was the USA invention. So generally, for the insecticides of the older generation, US and Europe have difference of opinion. It happens sometimes. But for me, since it's a domestic market today, I don't see any challenges actually.
Thank you very much, sir. I'll get back in queue. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Next question is from the line of Saurabh Kapadia from Asian Market Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So my first question is on the raw material pricing or the availability. So has that improved in this quarter or maybe in the month of May with China opening up slowly?
I'll not say that it's a big improvement because 2 days it looks that it has improved. The 3rd day it looks like it has gone down again. So China is still playing actually, I would say. So it has improved a little because their currency has also declined. So it has helped in certain products to reduce in the price reduction. But in many other products, they have adjusted. There is no price reduction. In some products, again, after the reduction, they are trying to increase. So it's a continuous feature. Still, the market is not very clear and not very smooth, I would say. Reasonable. In some products, yes, the availability has smoothened a little, not to a full extent.
Okay. So if the price, suppose, comes down or soften in the month of June, so is it that we will benefit at least in the Q2, or we are like almost bought our inventory for this upcoming season?
You never buy for the full season actually, but always you will have 2-3 months inventory. So that inventory always remains. And since it's a variety, because the decline is never on every product, the increase is never on every product in the same percentage. It varies from product to product. It depends what your status on that product. And since we are aligned with the industry, I mean to say we are not odd. I have not bought expensive than the industry. So the industry cannot reduce because if everybody has bought at 100 rupees, then they have to sell accordingly. If I buy at 100, people have bought at 90, then the situation is difficult. So if everybody is on the same page, there is no difficulty.
Okay. Sir, now in terms of the product placement, so how has been the placement for the upcoming season? And also, we heard that there was some difficulty in North India because of the unseasonal rain, and also now monsoon getting slightly delayed in the southern part. So any impact what we can sense on the consumption?
So far the demand has been good actually, because we have launched many new products actually which see their sales in vegetables and in some other crops. So this is keeping us active in the market, the new launches. The team is very, very enthusiastic and very, very bullish. So we are already on a strong double-digit growth actually in the last 50-55 days. And I believe that the performance is going to get better in June. So July, quarter 2, we'll talk later, but Q1 at least I see a wonderful future actually. And we should register a good growth in Q1 actually. And of course, Q2 is going to be good because the season is going to start, but all your questions will come in Q2, not required in Q1 actually, I believe. Because by the beginning of Q2, we'll see the onset of monsoons and everything. People were sad because of the high temperature, but in the recent rains in last 1 week, they went down a lot actually, and I believe things are going to improve, and they are improving.
Okay. And sir, my last question is on CAPEX. So what will be the CAPEX for FY23, and by when we should be debt free?
We are almost debt free actually. So there is no, I would say, the long-term.
There are 20 parties in the conference.
The utilization of the limits also is very, very reasonable level. So I say we are almost debt free these days. The entire investment in the the entire investment in the expansions is being carried out from the internal accruals. We have already we are already on the path of completion. So another 15-20 crores, whatever is the balance or to be paid to different vendors will go. So this will complete the 2 major expansion in Rajasthan and in Dahej. After this, we are planning one more small expansion in SEZ. So which we'll buy the land now, but we'll start investing after Diwali, because during this period we cannot construct in Gujarat. So we are not going to start the construction activity before Diwali. So that project we'll target to complete in 6 months. And that will be one expansion. And there will be little expansion. So this year budget cannot be we cannot expect a big budget. It will be less than 50 crores for 23, I believe. For the completion of the older project, setting up the new plant, our new things. And people must be here listening actually. So 2 good announcements which I forgot to make. Our 3rd plant has received NABL. So our 3rd laboratory in Samba. So now our Chotangi Rajasthan plant is Rajasthan laboratory is NABL. My Gujarat laboratory is NABL. And also this Samba laboratory is NABL. So 3 out of total 6 sites, 3 sites laboratories are NABL accredited. And recently the final inspection of the GLP also has taken place in the last week in Rajasthan, and we expect the GLP certification also soon.
Okay. And so this new plant you mentioned would be the formulation plant?
The new plant in SEZ will be the formulation plant. Yes.
Oh, okay. Fine, sir. And that was all from my side.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. A reminder to all the participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. As there are no further questions, I now hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
Thank you. So we thank all the participants for attending the virtual session. We believe that we have satisfactorily run you through our company and business model and addressed every arising questions thereon put on to the floor by the participants. We continue to see growth in our broad product portfolio and witness a strong momentum across our business supported by R&D, backward integration initiatives. We remain focused on bringing new products, exploring new markets, creating value to all our stakeholders. Please follow up with the investor relationship team, Vinayak and Kunal Shah from Captivire if you have any following questions which weren't covered option. And hope you have a great day ahead. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you everyone once again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. On behalf of Asian Market Securities Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us. You may now disconnect your lines.
Thank you.
Thank you.